Hey, I'm Melissa Etheridge. You are watching Kink Live in the Bing Lounge with me.
Melissa Etheridge. Melissa,
thank you so much.
So good to see you again.
It is a pleasure to be seen here again.
So I don't know if you remember this, August of 2010, you were the first guest to kick off the Bing Lounge.
Woo!
Yeah? She
and
did
look
it.
how well you've done. I love everything. This is awesome.
Our memory is that you weren't supposed to be in town, but you drove in your bus and parked out in front and ran in with your guitar. Wowed us. What was your memory of that day?
Yeah. No, my memory is actually being in here and thinking, Bing, what does that mean? You know, how and realizing that it was kind of the beginning of really reaching people on the internet.
Yeah.
So you guys were in front, and I was happy to be one of the first artists.
Since we spoke to you last, you're married. Congratulations.
Yay!
Yeah, I know.
Thank you so much. Cool.
And a rock star wife. She's the co-creator of Nurse Jackie, if you didn't know that.
Very proud of her.
So will we see an appearance of Melissa Etheridge in the ER?
Probably not. Edie Falco makes me incredibly nervous. So no.
Me too.
No, isn't she amazing?
Yes.
She is such a cool person too.
She does
really,
that.
Yeah, but she's something.
And I was just reading, it's this year 10 years cancer-free for
Yes!
you, right? I know.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So you have a rule I have adopted as my own after reading about it, and I want to share it with the audience because it's called the 70-30 rule.
Oh,
I
nice.
love this. I think it's brilliant.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so going through cancer, I just learned so much, especially lying there in chemotherapy and going, wait a minute, how did I get here? What is this? And I really found out what health is and how to achieve it every day, and I love it because the longer I live, the more I prove my point. So I'm in this all the way. So it's 70-30. It's that our bodies are. It's acid and alkaline is scientifically what it is, but I think alkaline encompasses a lot of things. The things that are good for you, things that are healthy for you, the whole foods. Whole grains and vegetables. Real food that comes directly from the earth. To holistic thoughts that are good for your body, emotions that are healthy for you, physical activity. And that should take up 70% of my day, of my life, of my minute, of my week, of my year, however I want to break it down. And then 30%, go for it.
Does that include whiskey?
If that's your choice, I have different choices. But yes, and then because if you can maintain that 70% of it, because actually it's not healthy to be 100%.
Right.
You need that little bit of to get you going. So I believe in that.
I'm so looking forward to this album because the collaborations in this album sound like they're off the chart. Yeah, so talk about the people that you chose to be on this album and how you decided.
Well, this album is different in that it's my 12th, 13th, 14th, I don't know, album. Kind of lost track there in the counting. But it's my first one that's not on a major label, not on Island Records. I was on Island Records for 25 years, and the industry has changed so much but I think it is for the better to the artist. As an artist, I can reach my fans, these folks, through social media, through my own just showing up and promoting it. And so now I can own my record, which
Hallelujah.
is it's interesting. If it's the reason you find out how people that sell millions of records can still be broke. It's very easy to do. And so now I own this record. And so in the creation of it, I was in charge of all A&R. I mean, I have a new management, Primary Wave, and they are very connected in the business. So I used a lot of the connections I had there and ended up working with producer musicians like John Levine, who's worked with Adele, worked with all kinds of artists, to Jerry Wanda, who was one of the Fugees. So he did Lauryn Hill and kind of bring out more of that urban R&B soul part of me that I love.
Yeah.
To Rockstar, who does Chris Brown and Rihanna. So there's a song on there that's called "Ain't That Bad" that is the perfect head-on collision of hip hop and rock and roll, and I just really love it. And so I love every single song on the album comes from a very deep part of me, and yet they're all very different in a very similar way. How about that?
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to it. You're going to be on tour come October and November, right?
I'm going to be on tour for the next 5 years.
All
I
right,
think.
we love it. Let's just do more of Melissa Etheridge.
All right.
This is me.